I'm going to stitch out my romantic Crazy Quilt block number 16. This is the larger of the two available blocks. For this particular stitch out, I've put 2 layers of stitch and tear in my 200 by 200 hoop, and as I'm going to cover the whole block, I've just used cotton as my backing. So the first thing I'm going to do is secure it all in place. I forgot that we need a tiny little piece to do the lid of the teapot. So we have the space, the guidelines here, and then we lay our fabric on. I tend to either put my silk vertically or horizontally, just making sure that it covers everything. I have a stylus at hand just in case I need to ease things in place rather than put my fingers near the needle. I think that will be fine. I'm happy with the placement of that, so I'm going to go ahead and do the little zigzag stitches. I've experimented an awful lot with all my scissors to see which does the best job, and actually I feel it's these little snips that work the best. I'll just come in here. The important thing to do is to hold the fabric up and take it slowly. If you go too fast, you may make mistakes and not cut near enough to the stitching. Unfortunately, if you try and go back and cut more, it's always more difficult to lift up a small area. So it's better to take your time and with tiny little snips work around. Now don't worry about tiny bits showing, because the underlay stitches of the satin will go over the edging and stop before you do the satin stitches, allowing you to do a final trim. We are now ready to do the next piece of silk dupion. Bring the hoop forward and place this grey silk dupion. It's nice if it overlaps by at least ½ an inch, if not more at the sides. Let's make it more of an inch and then just check. The top is here, so we've got plenty of space, and I tend to either make the threads of the silk vertical or horizontal, and you could do it at an angle, but this isn't the right shape, so I'm sure that would be fine. I'll take it back and stitch this out. There you are, there's my first error. There we are. Perhaps I'll use a different piece of silk which is wider. That's better, and we're going vertical on this one. Take your time and don't hurry this bit. Check all the areas. That looks good. I'll do the zigzag now. And as you can see, it's secured the corners of the fabric as well. Now, with a complicated shape like this, it's often a good idea to take it off the hoop and trim it carefully. Don't cut corners because you're more likely to make mistakes. And just be aware that this tiny bit here, you don't have to go into this because the base of the teapot covers this area, so you haven't got to worry too much about the trimming of that little area. I've trimmed around here, and as you see, I've got a few threads hanging about, so the brush that you use to clean your bobbin area is handy to have nearby. And I've just cut straight across this bit because I know some satin stitches will go across here and cover the base of the teapot. So I'm happy with that, and we'll move on to the next block. This is a smaller area, so I'm going to use my lovely strawberry pink here. Yeah, that covers it, that's fine. I'm happy with that, so I should go ahead and do the zigzag stitches. Now that is done, I'm going to remove it off the unit and trim it very carefully around the spout area. You will notice that you do not cut across the boundaries. Leave the boundaries in place, because if you trim down here, then you have no seam around the edges to do whatever you're going to do with your finished Crazy Quilt. I've trimmed carefully around the spout here, and you can see it's fraying a little bit, but you'll see what happens later on. So I'm going to do the next shape, and it's nice, we've got a contrast. We've got the weave of the silk going vertically here, and we have the weave going horizontally here. That seems about right. I think that's fine, and I shall now do the zigzag. Let's just check it. Yeah, that looks fine. You can see the shape of the teapot. And I'm going to take it off the unit and trim again, and then we will add the final top corner, and then I'll talk about the teapot. You almost don't need an outline for this top corner, it's quite obvious where the fabric goes, but I've done it anyway. And I'm going to take this nice buttermilk and do it vertically. That looks fine. You can, and I have in some instances, put a little bit of glue stick underneath to hold these pieces in place, but I found that using the stylus, I push the fabric to the edges and get a nice finish, but that is another option, to put some sort of adhesive underneath. I'm going to take it off now and do the final trimming.